Hello and welcome back to North South. A return to after all this time, so there's quite a few things there. And yes, Silent, the college thing is done. I indeed have my bachelor's degree now. Wow! And now I have degrees. I had to take a sip of water. So yeah, a lot of things have been stacking together to make my return and my absence, well, existing. Both of them do exist indeed. I don't really know what to say about that. Well, yeah, it all began back in the last time I streamed, which is over 2 weeks ago now, I do believe. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get a job. I am working on getting a job though. There's no doubt about that. Because this is primarily a fun hobby, and it is fun. I like doing it, but I have to prioritize other things, and obviously the Bachelor was one of them. That's done now. I have also become what I deem to call Uncle 2.0, which took some time because I had to help with my sister. And then, thirdly, I have to survive the heat, because there's been an insane increase in heat around here recently, and I have yet to be able to move out of a place that contains all heat and keeps it at a temperature where I am literally dying. Today was the first day it rained. Woo! Yeah, I'm continuously in 30 plus degrees, and for me that is way too much. Someone who enjoys a swell 16 and below. Because I can just put on clothing if that's a problem. But if it's too warm, I just don't know how to handle it. I'm just weak. And those are at least the primary things that has been keeping me away from being able to stream. Most of it has now been dealt with. Next stage is obviously me getting a job. I am going to be moving, so that might be putting a slight damper in the future, but at least for this week and potentially next week I will be able to keep the same level I have usually done, and then we'll see how it goes from there until I manage to get something properly stable again. Who knows when that is? I don't. The future is uncertain. At least that's my update. So you seem to have an update, Silent. Was that it? Still so many things flying by here. I'm needing to remember what happened, so... Robotic skull. Frying pan? Question mark. Yeah, I watched slight parts of my earlier VODs just to... what happened in a story? It's been a long time. This is often my problem when I usually have played story games before. I take too long updates, and when I finally get back into it, I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. Should I start again to figure it out? But then I've already played those parts. After having started streaming, I enjoy story modes way more, because I don't take as many breaks from the actual game. It's really helped me enjoying games in a new degree. I have to press here, don't I? Into the pint. Processing. Ah, yes, of course. The last thing that happened was I switched over to being Lazarus, because I remember his name. Fancy name, after all. And me being me, planning on ending the stream at that point, immediately went to just save the game, which happens whenever you load a new room. So I went into the kitchen. Apparently, whatever was going to be happening was probably going to tell me to go into the kitchen and hide, because the moment I went in there, whoever knocked on the door entered and they were looking for me, and I was told to find a secret passage from here after doing a slight puzzle. And we're back. But now what, though? Candles. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I'm in the control room then. I mean, let's just have all the power on. Yes? I guess. Ooh. Wait, blink. Blink. I like blink. Blink is a fun button. Yeah, I should have guessed that's what I was. I don't... hang on. Open armory. Don't mind if I do. I assume that's what I did there. Yep. Armory! Can I close anything else? No. That's Lazarus' sword, I believe. I don't know about the other things, though. Should I? If I remember correctly, Lazarus was in some kind of space. I mean, he's a space marine. It's gonna be a shooter of sorts. What kind of? I don't know. Ah, yes, weather. It has been very warm with the weather here. Extremely warm, but everything of that has, well, it's rained today, and now I've finally been able to do my return, hopefully for the next 2 weeks I will be able to keep my normal schedule, and after that it's going to be a bit unpredictable again due to the potential of having achieved a job and moving a bit around and not being a stable area for a bit. Hopefully within the future I will be able to get something stable and keep up this joy. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Gun. I suppose it's come to this. No more hiding. Ooh, book update. Ooh, Percy Jackson. It's really been a long time since I read that now. I feel like it's been a long time. Then again, some things are long, some things are short. Lightning Thief, thoroughly a good book. Terrible movie, good book. And again, a lot of adaptations don't really match up to the source material. Usually it is because I have assumptions of, yeah, but it's supposed to have this. Lightning Thief, no, I watched that first after all, so that was the precedence. I didn't know. And then the book. Ah, yes. Wait, hang on. Why am I returning with a gun? Oh, I suppose I've come to this. I think I'll check the kitchen next. I wouldn't... Oh, look at this. Today's special is hot pie. Is that what you do now? Rice, a hot pie? Now why would a space marine be in the kitchen? If there were, I bet it would be a good time to come out. Guns blazing. Oh. Excuse me? I meant, if a space marine had a gun, he might want to come out of their kitchen with a gun. Ooh, I'm legit. I do know about that one. That's the extent of my knowledge there. Well, it's time to bring out a gun, I guess. Hi. Speak of the devil. And we have been speaking a lot. What have you got there? A gun? I thought you were a sore knight. Oh, that's right. Your pal Chandrel put an end to that. Shoot him, Lazarus! You should think that one through first. Space Marine. Oh yeah? Yeah, Vicious Galaxy was a light punishment compared to the one you'd get for harming me. And they will tear you apart, bite by bite. Man, you'll wish you were still in the Vicious Galaxy. So what's it gonna be, pal? I seem to have time here. Wonderful. Oh, World War II. There do be communist dictatorship within that period. Let's see, where should I aim here? He's running! Shoot it! I can't... I tried to shoot him. Vicious Galaxy 2. Or something like that. That is it. Good. Okay, so this is me. Judging by the turbulence, I'd say we're almost there.
Everyone is completely clear on the plan, right? Our goal, the artifact. We do our parts to get in. We navigate to the objective. We get out. You remember the layout, right, Moji?
You know that he prefers the Junior.
Moji was my father's name. He was weak. Right, Junior? And yes, I remember exactly. And Jay, that security complex?
Yes, hack the security to get through the main gate.
Lazarus, you're our switch hitter. You will...
Yeah, I know. Stay flexible and assist where needed.
Just checking. Well, I'd ask if you're all certain about this, but the time to turn back is long past. We're landing.
Hold on, Gabe.
Can I speak and read? Okay, let's just shoot slightly whilst reading. No, I'm losing. No, okay, this was more difficult than I... But yes, game dev update. Fascinating. I'm looking forward to that. Don't let up.
You all right back there, Lazarus? I can't see you.
I'm fine. More than I can say for our victims.
We're the victims, Lazarus.
I wouldn't say that. I'm killing a lot of these people, and I almost lost immediately.
Quite a welcome party. I didn't know there were this many bodies in the whole facility.
It's almost like they were expecting us, but what if they were?
I hope you're not having doubts, Jay.
Ah, guns. That's not fair.
Kill the armed ones quickly.
They're dangerous.
That's no fun now.
I prefer the no danger. Why are there so many?
I see a lot more coming out of that building. We'll be overwhelmed.
Switch ammo.
What the? A new weapon? I wasn't ready for this. I mean, explosives, very efficient. I might say that. Stay away, you cretins. I don't really know your family or why we're shooting you. I really hope this isn't me invading someone's home planet. Because, I'm kind of in the wrong then. I don't want to be in the wrong again. Got enough of that already.
That's the last of the explosive rounds. But I think their numbers are thinning. What's that under your horizon?
I don't know, I don't like it. Hang on, I'll shoot it. I'll shoot it for a while. I'll shoot more now. This is fine, this is fine. The explosives. This is really not letting me multitask at all. Not very kind of it. I mean, it's that kind of gameplay, isn't it? I usually don't play this kind of game either. But it can be fun if they done correctly. I would say this is just a cheap second one.
Nice shooting, Lazarus.
Yeah, more coming.
This is a sequel, and I don't know the story of it at all. We didn't even start at the beginning. Or is this the beginning? This might be the beginning, actually. It being a sequel, it might work on its previous title when it comes to the story.
Just spray and pray, spray and pray.
Seems to be working. Come on, come on. How much more is there? At least there's one thing I can know, and that is the fact that I am grateful that I ended last stream when I did and didn't try to continue this. I think we're clear to move out. Everyone to your stations.
Copy that.
I'll be waiting at the main gate and keeping an eye on this ship. Junior, clearing the barracks to prevent a flank, and Jace downing the security.
Some help would be great.
Sure, but there's more action where I'm going.
Okay, so I can wait to exit the turret. Wonderful, this means that... Ooh, wiggle, 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 wiggle. I can actually read. Let's see. Ooh, Cellar-type movement. I mean, you say that's all, but that's still really good to do, because everything has to start at some point. and somewhere. Oh, right, I have limited ammo. Whoops. But yeah, no, some weeks are more rough than others. Ooh, hello, Mesa. Welcome. I'm trying to, like, the first thing I did, what was that? And how long did it take? I don't actually remember at this point. I've forgotten most of the parts when I first started doing any just game dev stuff. I don't want to go with you. I don't trust the child. And you're the leader, so is it south the other guy went? No. I guess he would be on the opposite side. It's all about just sitting down and actually doing the work. Sounds easy, right?
Ah, I thought my arms would give out. I can't quite carry the payload and shoot at the same time.
Can I carry it?
I left that door locked. It's got remote locks. I think you can shoot. You remember how to use that sniper rifle, right?
No.
Hold the trigger down, line up your target, and release.
What?
It's not like your other weapons. You gotta hold down the trigger to aim.
No, alright. Ooh. Right, hang on.
While holding the trigger, stare your eye as you would your body.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I guess I'm not supposed to shoot this. Okay, what am I supposed to shoot? Wait. Anything up there? It would help if I knew what the switch actually was.
Hold down your trigger, move your eye with... What? Sorry.
Hang on a minute. The DS-series be good. Pardon, at least. The little parts I've done of it. Mostly I've been... Oh, what is it called? Dabbling. Yes. Sir, could you tell me how to open this? Ah, okay, there's a lot of things that could be DS, yes. Don't Starve. I did play that quite some time ago. A few years since I actually played, at least, well, specifically Don't Starve together when I played it with some friends. Very fun. I believe it was Abigail I played a lot. And was I any good at it? No. I died a lot, like, so much. It is, frankly, astonishing. But I played it. Okay, I have to figure out how to turn this stuff on. No. No. Is there something I'm missing? Okay, I can't shoot you. Sir. Sir, I'm gonna leave you. I'm leaving. Oh, Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, could you tell me how to open the door now? No? Ah! Okay. Oh, okay, he did tell me to use the WASD to actually move. I didn't know he would move the camera this way. I don't know the full extent of your waiting period, no. Ah, yeah, that is some time. Ah. Well, it didn't take me long to die in this game. Q. I win. I guess I have to continuously just... I win. Oh, wait, hang on. I missed. Hang on. Hang on.
Now clear out the rest of this riffraff, so I have a clear path for the payload.
What the...
I can't take chances with them.
Oh, wait, can I... That's useless. Excuse me, are you gonna... Yep. Oh, he has a shit. I have to come behind him. Can't take any chances with this thing. It's the moment you kind of have a slight understanding of the work that gets put into making a game, you appreciate a lot of games even more because then you know what has been done with them. Especially when they do some freaky stuff. It easily goes in two directions. One is just, how do you even do this? And the other is, perhaps they did it like this. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, how am I supposed to... Oh, wait, I can stand over here and do it. It's a puzzle. Because this is technically, all in all, a puzzle game. At least in the end, it's a puzzle game. Even though it has all these different game modes, they all have slight hidden puzzles in them. Yes, AAA. Maybe even to put that thing down and use your rifle.
Can't take chances like that. Best to hang back and keep it safe.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to do the work. No. No. Do I heal naturally? I heal naturally. Nice. I forgot about sniping. I have a sniper after all. I need to utilize that. Hang on. Okay, I have to take him out before anything. Okay, and... dead. One down. Okay, I can't touch you. I can get you. I just need to actually walk out first. Whoosh, and... boom. Almost out of reach. That would have been terrifying. He can shoot me, I can shoot him. Right. Moving fast. No, you don't. It's going fantastic. Okay, I can't touch them unless I get around them. I mean, yeah, you obviously have a lot of lines in certain... Of course, I have been doing smaller scripts in my most recent works because I've been trying to fill in a rule of try to make it do one thing, which was a problem I often had because I had one script that did essentially 1,000 things because it was easy to just make the same thing happen in that one because it already did all the other things and then just jumbled up and it became a giant thing. If I managed to change a little thing in something else, everything in that one had to change, which was problematic. So I've been better at, what is it, diversifying the codes? No, that's not really the way of saying it. At least keep things to what they're supposed to do, because then it makes everything easier when you change something. If you make it correctly, of course, but that's how most things are. If you do it correctly, it's obviously right and perfected. Yes. That is a better use of words. Inheritance has truly helped me in some of the things I've done, especially when I've suddenly just, okay, we're doing a massive change, huh? Ah, I don't have to fix everything, I just fix it here and now it's actually been done everywhere. Fantastic.
Almost there.
I don't trust this man.
Here we go. Just have to hit that button.
Okay. The security just shut down now, sir. I take it was you. That's right. Well, we'll rendezvous inside a complex.
Come on, Lazarus. Pick up your feet.
Right. What the... I can't pick that up again, but I'll stick to the sniper and die horribly due to me having a sniper. Nice work. I think Junior might want...
Hey, Lazarus! I've got an extra shotgun over here. Let's pop some aliens other side of the courtyard.
What do you mean, G? Junior really got messed up. I mean, he also needed some work after the last thing, but still.
Take that shotgun. You'll need it.
Thanks.
You take point. I'll watch your 6.
Right. A good balance is honestly important, if anything. And you learn a lot by doing literally everything. If you never try to do anything, you're not gonna learn. And completely avoiding something ain't gonna help you get better at it either. I know the things I know because I've just dabbled in literally everything I've come across and thought of. Whether it was a good or bad idea. It's just, remember to get a takeaway from it. I'd be intrigued. Why not? As long as it's clearly not a virus, of course, so just make sure that the first thing that pops up when you open the game is not a virus, and I'll feel safe. I trust title screens. That's a good shotgun. Well, they stuck to the whole, it's gonna be a beat whilst playing this kind of game. Where am I even going? Why are we slaughtering these people? What type of game? Now that's a good question. Because that is both what kind of game I would like, yeah, 2D, but like it's both what kind of game would I like to play, and at the same time it could also be viewed as what kind of game would I like to challenge you to try and make. Oh, cloning. Ugh, terrifying cloning. Hang on, I just gotta...
Where are all the beds? We don't want any running up behind us.
Nah, we can wait with that. I mean, one of the more interesting ones to see being made by new people tends to be platformers, due to movement is rather important, and the act of fine-tuning that movement to be good, followed by doing level design that fits with said movement created. Ooh, that would be interesting as well. I wouldn't say no to a good old boss rush. He's glowing. Okay, this seems to be the path to go, so obviously I'm gonna go and check out what was the thing up here. Because why wouldn't I? Oh. Wow. You think Jeremiah overdid it a bit? I mean...
Focus on the mission, Lazarus! Get back down here!
Yeah, platformers is a lot of fun, and when you look at just all the different kinds of platformers that are made, there's so much you can do with it. And, I mean, to some degree you could say everyone's already done it, but at the same time, there's always something people haven't done yet. Oh, I can destroy the lights. Oh, destruction of property. Wait, hang on a minute. Is that a brigand thing? Ooh. 3 to 6 months? Yep, that's a believable date. Yep, there we go. And boop. Destruction of property. Eh, go away. Thank you. I appreciate Junior. Any enemies? He's running. No, of course not. Why would there be any procrastination? Preposterous. Couldn't insinuate such a thing. A goal does help a lot. We're just kind of thinking, yeah, I'm just gonna make something. Just 'cause, then you have more likelihood of actually ending up procrastinating it. Unless you somehow manage to trick yourself, because that is, after all, an important thing. When you procrastinate, at least for me, I obviously tend to do some other work. If I at some point manage to make myself make coding be the okay, that's a lie. That is already a thing, but that's stupid things like me making the thing that can dictate how long it's been since last you opened a program specifically, and then calculate whether or not it should give you a random number or not. That was something I did when I was supposed to do actual schoolwork. It only took 6 hours. Nah, I died. Nah. Wait, where's Junior? But the kind of job I would like to achieve and get is, well, I want to be something programmer-wise within the game industry, but I still haven't really settled down on what is my strength, and depending on the industry you get into, because more likely it's going to end up being a smaller one if I stick to Norway, or if I go internationally it might be bigger, but you have a tendency to get multiple hats as well, but strength within programming, of course. Currently, it seems a bit unlikely for at least the ones I've contacted to be able to get a job within a short time, because most of them need seniors. Because they have taken in a lot of juniors and they need someone to actually guide them, so they don't really have space for someone who is also new. So more than likely I will end up getting a different kind of job temporarily. Do I have to work in an office? Well, that really depends. In a sense, personally, I prefer to be able to have a mix of being in the office or potentially being able to work at home. Most of the game industries that I have been either visiting or been in talks to do have a combination of, hey, office work and, hey, work at home kind of balance, because it's kind of healthy these days. Yeah. Stay away. I pissed him off. Why is this game so hard, though? How many hours? I mean, daily hours? It tends to be something along the lines of, depending on the project or whatever you're currently working on, you can put in hours, obviously. 8 hours is the norm in office working, but a lot of places have something along the lines of saying, for example, 9 to 3 is core hours, where you have to be available, kind of give or take, you know, lunch breaks and such, where you have to be available and at work for the usual work days, and then you can work up to something more, add a few hours if you need it for the work you're doing, but you have those specific hours where you have to be at work. So, at least during the summer job I had last year, it was, I believe, 7 hours I usually did, but that was also completely voluntarily. I could easily just have worked 6 hours. Some days I did even 6, 8, because I had fun. And even more, it was during the summer, and that place was air-conditioned, because it was in the office, and I appreciated the air conditioning so much. I'm easily swayed by air conditioning, in case it hasn't been discovered. Hey, Junior. I think they're surrendering.
What? Slaughter them! They made it easy for you. Wipe them out.
What is wrong with you? Who hurt? Okay, I was part of hurting you, actually.
Pussy.
Oh, if I don't do it, he will do it for me.
Want to step back a bit?
No, I'll stand in front of you.
Now let's get out of here.
I don't like what we're doing. This game doesn't seem right. Ah, my sniper. I like it more. It's not a good weapon, but it's my weapon. All of that just to open the door.
So far, so good. As long as a man on the inside does his job, we might just get away with this. What are we waiting for? Let's go!
I'm not sure I can do it.
What?
Lazarus, did all the shooting in the security compound? I just hid. I'm a coward.
I'm not sure that's entirely... You know what this means, right? What we agreed to.
Oh, I should have stayed as a janitor. It was safe, it was...
That was the janitor! No! I forgot about him.
No time for cowards. Right, boss?
Unfortunately, it had to be done. Goodbye, Jay. The artifact awaits. Let's go. I'm gonna miss him. He was a good guy. He was the only good guy from that last game, other than, you know, Lazarus and Chandrel herself. But this was the only actual good NPC. Why? Yeah, no, for me at least. And good AC is mandatory for me to be able to stay in an office, because I don't handle heat at all. I beseech you, please stop there. We're all game characters, aren't we? We don't want to harm you, but we will if we must. Just put those weapons on the ground and walk out. Whatever it is that you're here for, you... Enough. Oh. Okay, I wondered for a moment there if I couldn't die. I kind of want those two to do the work.
They're going all scorched earth on us.
Keep a fast pace. Move. Yeah, no, home coding is quite good. Hey, yeah, payment is an interesting thing, because when I was in discussion... hang on, does this work? Yes, because that's a blaring sound. When I was, at least with one of the companies I was in discussion with, and also worked kind of internship with, then it came about getting into the businesses, and some things that popped up was pay. And some things that happen for some people when they try to get into business, they sometimes end up in kind of side parts, like not actual game industry, but more of those who make either things for kids specifically, or try to convert training videos, or a lot of, like, it's within there, but it's on the side, and it's technically not part of the community. You tend to sometimes get better paid from that or actual IT jobs compared to what you actually do in the game industry, at least here in Norway. The pay is still good, I believe, but I don't have an exact number of it, but it is less than what you would get if you were to go a proper IT job in a big company, probably. After all, the games are very reliant on game successes. If you don't have a successful game, then the amount of money you have is limited to potential side gigs you have your workers do. That can sound wrong, but like you take contracts for other missions. Typically, I generally can't answer because I don't have those numbers at all, so I can't say it. Also, I need to do conversions, and I don't have a conversion head. Well, roughly it's... the Norwegian kroners have fluctuated recently, but if we say 2 euros, you time it by 10, then, what was it? Monthly for a period when I worked at least a good IT job, I managed to get... I say that I wasn't a full worker either at that time, but I did work a lot. Still, I got roughly... well, at least 30k Norwegian kroner. Wait, is it timed by or is it divided by? Oh, it's divided by, actually, because Norwegian kroner you have to have... yeah, so it would be 3k euros I managed to get in a month. But that was a slightly different kind of job. Give or take. If my memory serves correctly, of course. I've been 4 years now, actively at least. very minor before that and not really understanding that I actually was doing it, and then 4 years of actually knowingly doing it. I have to finish this game because then well, this mode, so I don't have to have this music anymore. You guys kill everyone, please. I don't have to do anything. But yeah, 4 years of having fun with code. Go north. What if I don't? Oh. Hang on, I'm gonna go south. I want to see what's there. Please let me see what's there. Okay, it's nothing. Fair enough. Fair enough, game. You win this time. Don't shoot them. They haven't done anything wrong. North again. Okay. That's not north! Damn it. We're off course now. It's not a way.
If we can get to the elevator, maybe.
Let's press forward. And hope our inside man does his part. Okay. I'm starting to think, from how this game has been going, and the fact that these guys aren't actually fighting back that much, we aren't playing the game right now. We are raiding the game company or something along those lines within this realm. That's what it feels like.
Stop right there, criminal scum. The damage you've caused. So many good NPCs lost. What for? Revenge? I thought you were above that, Jeremiah.
Hold. Say nothing.
Oh, wow. You actually tricked a player into helping you. With this cheap facade.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been slaughtering these people. You mean to tell me that you had no idea what you were doing? I'm talking to you. This isn't Vicious Galaxy, you moron. These brigands have fooled you into striking. The game works. The very facility that produces the games that you so cherish. Boy, you sure helped them kill a lot of game characters. 87 Grundas, 102 Mughals, and a handful of Steamboats. All just doing their jobs. And for what? You'll have to ask them.
Well, I'm committed now.
Good. Is that you?
Now!
Kid, you're breaking up. Did you find the right column? What? Who are you talking to? Deep below the GameWorks a few moments earlier. Ooh. Okay.
Heh. Hello? You copy? Anyone? I got down to the sewer and, I got the bomb. Damn it. So this damn radio would work down here. Lie to me every single time.
So I was right. This was in fact actually an assault on a facility. And the game is meta-knowledge about me existing. Concerning. Huh? Oh my god! Even in this realm, in this game mode, he can jump! Of course he's the inside man. Let's see. What was this? Just woodwork? If you want to know what API is, I am not the person to ask. Unfortunately.
Damn, I guess you did your job.
Okay, I guess that doesn't work. Heh. Okay. Oh. Big jump, big jump. My lord, that's so many dead. I mean, I could say that, hey, I didn't kill that many, but I did in fact kill a lot. Yeah, I killed a lot.
Right. They told me to blow column A.
That's double A. That doesn't work.
This can't be right, can it?
Here. Let's see, let's find a triple A column. A, B? Well, That's definitely not what I wanted. Okay. What's next? A1? Huh, and that seems to be all there is down here. No column A as instructed. You gotta be kidding me. What? So they want me to blow up column A. One could say that AB is obviously not column A. A1 can be because it's A, and it's the first one. But then you have the one that appeared before it, which is AA. It's only A, so they might just have said, blow up column A. Oh man, I'm not sure about this. Should I plant it? Well, I'm committed now. Good. Is that you? You hear me? Now! Good. You're breaking up. Did you find the right column? Hello? Lazarus? God damn it! Was it double A? I gotta get the hell out of there! Did I do it? Well, no more games to be made.
Not anymore.
Oh, I can move. I don't feel so good. Anyone? He's dead. I don't pick up the gun. Jeremiah, you copy? I'm all right. I managed to grab a ledge on the second floor. Where are you? I fell all the way down to the R&D department, and not research and development. Junior is dead. Ugh. Make your way to the elevator, north of where we fell. I'll meet you at the top. Ooh, Sapphire 36, that's impressive. I also don't remember when things start to get terrifying. Well, I say terrifying. They do tend to do that quite quickly, technically, if you're not prepared for it. It can easily be difficult if you don't know what you're doing. Or you're a bumbling buffoon. I cover both of those. Oh, I just shove it. A new game feature added. What? Nope, 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 nope. I ain't staying compressed. Oh, you beat the death clubs. Okay, that's impressive. That is most definitely impressive. I have met it. That's about it. This is so weird. Decompressing! I'm back. Oh, wait. Aha! Oh. Wait, I can't speak to you, can I? But I can do this. But no, I'm still stuck inside her. Never mind, that didn't work. Guess I'll just leave it locked. I don't want to shoot him. I was a good guy. Ah, that's how we can communicate. Where am I? Huh. This one can be moved, or is it moving? It's moving by itself. Both of them are. Right, decompression time! Hi, can we talk? Hey, I remember you. You look sort of happy.
That's because I am. I realized that high-speed biker life wasn't for me. I'm much happier just relaxing here and keeping an eye on the elevator up north. It's powered down too. Now, but I heard you can get it going if you shoot all 3 orbs.
Thanks. How convenient. So warm. Hydrate is important. Hydration. Hello, can we talk? Is that no? A very hideous slime, so this brings back memories. Okay, I'll just spray and pray. And then we'll... he'll live with one. How dare you. Kill. I gotta reload soon. XP gained. I don't need to level up though. Let's take a look at this tutorial. Huh. Yeah, that seems to sound about right. Yeah, that effective. Hang on a minute, you again. Excuse me. Would you mind if I press stop?
You think I don't remember you? Huh? Different outfit, same design as Cheetah. You and that sorceress always serving me up bug danks, playing me for a fool.
I'm not exactly proud of...
And my queen, oh my queen. After Secrets of Legendaria was cancelled, she was put in a dating simulator.
I am truly sorry.
You know what? No. There's no rules out here. Let's see what you've got, tough guy.
Oh. Oh no. I understand, he's fine.
That's right. I didn't read what he said.
What did he say?
I'm very discontent.
Look at this Jack. So discontent. I'll shoot him.
Cool.
Vengeance. Wait, what are you going to do to me, my friend?
Now experience the power of real axe.
Ow. Reloading. Ow. Stop it. I think I'm gonna window.
Up this, smart guy.
Oh no, allies.
2 anks are your horrible buggy anks. 1 is pure. You wouldn't want to shoot one of the bugged anks. That could be very damaging.
No. Oh no. I was tricked! Huh. Oh, I see. I'm learning.
Well, just continue shooting him and you win. How about...
More of these. I see. You're welcome, Silent. It's always good to be helpful. And is this gonna assist me figuring out which is bugged? Ow. Ow. Okay, that one's definitely bugged. What about the other 2? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is broken. I just don't know which. What's the worst that could happen? That's the worst that could happen. Yep. You won. Hello? Did the game not predict me to actually lose this fight? Game? Hi? Hello? You okay? Ooh, RPG systems. It'd be fun to tinker. Yeah, I think I genuinely didn't think anyone could lose this fight. 2 minutes played since last saved. Huh. I'm jumping back to the start screen then, I guess, and trying to jump back in. If I broke it, I have to fix it. Unless that's technically part of the game. Like, that is the thing, though. I don't always know whether or not these games... Like, this game specifically does a lot of weird shit. To say the least. But this seems like it generally is just, I managed to break the game. This part specifically just seems like it just broke. I can't speed it up, the conversation. No! I mean, I don't blame it for me having to listen to this again, because I am using a quick save after all. And the quick save wasn't the combat starting, it was outside of the combat, in case you don't want to do this combat yet and want to go somewhere else.
My queen! My queen!
Yes, I've heard it. I'm planning on shooting you. This time at least No, wait, I still haven't reloaded them, because it's probably saved before I reloaded. My ammo. I just want the orb.
You know what? No. There's no rules out there.
Now, Cars might have been a good movie, but have you ever played a Cars video game? At least the very first direct-for-movie video game Cars, because I'ma just say, I have enjoyed that game a lot when I was a bit younger. Surprisingly fun, though I don't know if I would actually enjoy playing it now, but I did enjoy it then. Sometimes they do those movie games correctly, and then you have the other times. Good GameCube games. You want to hear about good GameCube games? Well, here's the thing. I've never actually owned a GameCube. So everything I would say would be me pulling something out of my ass. And then hoping for the best. Wait, which one of these arcs were the real one? Oh, wait. I'm dumb. I am... It's so blatant which is the real one! How dumb am I? No wonder the game didn't predict me being able to lose this fight. It's literally hand-holding me if I wasn't blind. Let's just continue shooting those, because doing this makes him not able to attack me. Now he attacked me. Reload.
More eggs? Sure, why not? I have plenty.
Like, at some point I gotta start shooting you, so I'll ignore the eggs for one round. Should be fine. Ow. 30. And how much does the eggs do? 30. Wait, do they do 30 each? Okay, never mind. Cannot prevent the shootage of an egg. And need them shot, because he deals 30 no matter what I do. So I guess I shoot an arc and then I shoot him in the next round whilst there's no arcs. It's gonna take some time.
A little taste of your own bloody medicine!
Yes. You keep having the middle one as the good one. Why do you do that? Fully healed. Let's go. I gotta reload.
Done yet?
I'm done when you're done, Jack. And you don't seem done at all, Jack.
You've survived your own buggy angst and not with me. Now I'm out of mana. Well, I can still do this.
Ow. Oh, he used mana for that. I'm blind.
You know, that dragon was right about you. You're a real prick.
That's what again, 360 experience. That's risen to level 5. Woohoo. Say dip. As in you're gonna dip? To make sure you read the books? At least that's how I'm currently reading that. If I'm reading this correctly, may you enjoy the book. See you, Silent. Who knows what we'll be doing next time? At least if I manage to finish this game. That is the plan for this stream after all. Suddenly it's gonna last longer than anticipated. But the heat is suddenly gonna strike me back again. I should be fine for now. I believe it says 29 right now rather than 30, so that's good. I'm bringing out the big guns. They're open. Why won't you open? Can I do anything here? So I've opened... Okay, I've opened one of them for the elevator. That is how that entire thing works. I could just walk into his place. Wait, are they closed because I did that? No, they're not. Worth the shot, was worth the shot. Oh. I just walked... Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and what's over here? Okay, what's over here? I don't know which rules apply now, but the doors are locked. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Because I can just walk down here now. Alright. Yeah, I'm for this. Did I move this one? Wait, hang on. Gotta do some recon. Which one do I want? I want the top one. The bottom one would just be combat. And we don't do that. We don't need combat. It's nice of the game to allow me to figure out what I'm doing. Is that a bucket? I'm not for a bucket. It's not even a real bucket. It's a hologram of a bucket. The very least it could done was give me a proper one. Oh! I hope that's the real one, not a fake one. The fake one was no fun. Hang on. I wasn't expecting moving the entire ship, but here I am, moving the entire ship. This is fine. I assume that is because I can move one up there, yes, and then just board the ship. But I want to talk to him first. Lore! Hello. Hey, Captain Barley. How have you been? The eastern winds. The swings brought word. Yet, still not right. I've never been the same. Allow me to rest, so you're not fully gone. The great Kraken. The great Kraken. The eastern winds. The great Kraken. Yeah, he's broken. He's broken. They broke him! He's continuously saying the lines he had in the last game he played. Well, was an NPC for. I'm going in. I'm in. I'm going in. Orb discovered. That was easy. Alright. And now to do the last one. This should be the dragon, right? I think it is. Dragon Tang. That it is, that it is. Hold on. I need to figure out who's shooting me before I shoot back. Oh, it's a turret. That's boring. Yeah, I had a feeling shooting back wouldn't really help. Unfortunately for the turrets. Wait, am I immune? Right, because I'm on a different layer. Oh, I love that. I love this. I'm immune to the turret because there's a different layer. Fantastic. And because of the very same reason, lava ain't real for this concept. Okay, I can't destroy it. What the? Oh. Oh no. Oh no, they can do it too. They can do it too. They can do it too. They can reach me. Does that mean that if they were to shoot through one of those and it decompress those bullets? Well, compress those. No, it's decompression actually to hit me. No, would be... Yeah, compression to hit me in this form, yes. Words and such. I can't go that way because lava. Ah, but I can make him do that. Okay, let's just... there we go, and now it's open. Wonderful. Thank you. Right, hang on, this way. Still trying to process the whole... The layers are different. Run! He was a scary one. He didn't give me time to live. I have to shoot those oh.
Great. Holy is it blue glow, child of mass and shiny puzzle. Hail its twinkles, let light cleanse you.
Oh, that's an army. Oh, that's an army. I'll think I'll just do this, because they can't hurt me now. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. They worship this. Shame. Shame.
Bathe in the light, my children. Embrace the warmth of the shiny.
Shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Terrible choice. I feel kind of bad for that one. Yeah, but I did go out of my way after using a bug to not fight all of them and kill all of them. I still went back and went through the entire thing to kill all of them. I'm not a good person. No, this is open. I can just walk. Red, green, and blue. Well, a version of it, at least. Do you copy? I powered the elevator doors. Waiting there now. I'm still alive. The carriage was on my floor, but I'm sending it down. I left a weapon or two in there for you. Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah, that... Oh, I see what this is. I have 4 openings. I have a single gun here. I have multiple floors to get through. Gee, I wonder what mode this is. I made it into the elevator. I'm feeling quite nauseous. Stay alert. I'm up on the 2nd floor. If you make it up there in one piece, we may still have a shot at completing the mission. Hey, come out with your hands up, or my gooners will tear you to shreds. No one is surrendering. Alright. Get him, Gunders. Ah, there's more. 1 floor. B2 achieved. Entering B1. Oh. Surround the elevator. Move into position. Ah. Right. Reloading. That was easy. To L. No, I don't want to die. We're still an L. No. This is gonna take me some time. The only proper version of this I've really played has been the Black Ops Zombies arcade game mode.
Confound you! Defense forces, ready yourselves! Protect the game works.
I need to stop being worried about reloading, because this mode isn't really reload problematic. Apparently. Ah! Just shoot. No, no, no. Shoot him normally. There we go. Okay, okay, we're doing this. Almost there. I can see that. I've got a corridor cleared on this floor. But we'll have to move quickly. Hi. Oh, indeed you have. Good job. Lazarus. It's good to see you. Wow. You were busy up here. Let's hope my work is done for the time being. Time to move. Hang on, I'm going this way. Oh my. So much stuff. Okay, I'm coming. Department of non-player characters. Hey, that's my department. Wait a minute. Why are we on this floor? You said the artifact was on the ground floor. I thought you never asked. The ground floor is flooded with hostiles. They've had time to reinforce their security detail. So we're making a detour. So, do you have a plan to get past this door? Oh, that's what this is for. I see. For mercy's sake. What's wrong with you? Are you coming? Embassy Detention Center. Who's in detention? DANNY defense system online. Get past the lasers and shut down the security. I'm going to cover our backs. What are you doing? DANNY status online. Ah. I should see nothing coming. Look at that, I'm turning around. Ooh. I trust you, Jeremiah, but what exactly are we breaking into here? The holding cells for detained NPCs. Alright, alright. Yeah. I hit it. There we go, that's one turned around so I can walk in between. Reloading. Ooh, okay, okay, this is fun stuff. Reflections. Wait. Oh, I see. Okay, so I gotta make sure I'm in the right angle, because not only is it reflecting for me, but I am reflecting for it. That makes this a few layers more difficult. The moment I get past it, I can go for the next one. It will shoot there and then down, so that's fine for now. That one ain't turning around. Is there a specific NPC that we have for? Yes, a particularly dangerous one. I have a feeling I know which one. Just a feeling. Oh, right, it's shooting there. So currently it's doing that. And there we safe. I have to shoot it again. Damn it. So it's less me using the mirrors and more the enemy turrets using them. if I'm in a position where I think I can get hit by it, that means that the turret can hit me by it. Yeah, okay. I was a bit uncertain because the laser only goes that far and it didn't manage to do the calculation for the last bit though. I thought it was dead. But okay, and then I need to get a shot at it, but I also need to not be where I am right now. Okay, I managed to do the shot. Danny! Would you mind shutting off? Pretty please, Danny. That's pretty. That is pretty though. Danny boy? Danny, status offline. Oh, I guess something happened to Danny once we were shooting him. Sorry, Danny. I may need another hand. Coming right up. What should I expect in there? A few familiar faces, but don't get distracted. We are not here to talk to anyone. Head straight down to the maximum security cell. And bust the locks. Open the door then. You gotta be! You! It's you again! You look me. What the fuck is whoever it is? I hope you're prepared to bow down before your lord, the firm. I like him. He's being chill. I like the worm too, though. Not sure what to say about Croc, Durgan, Chill Croc. I can't quite tell from this angle. Is he? And his impudent NPCs went bow! Max! I should leave. I knew it was you. Warning. Stay behind yellow line. Okay. You don't need locks, do you, my friend? Hi. Hello. Oh, he... Oh, they free, they free. Run.
Hey, where the fuck do you think you're going?
Get me out! Let us out! What's going on? What is this encroaching darkness? It doesn't...
No. Oh, darn it. Well, I'm dead. Okay, I was going to die either way there. I just chose my way.
That last mission was so much blood. Can you believe how much that Gargoyle used?
It's dried in the cracks of my armor. It smell it.
I'm not sure how much longer I can do this.
What if I told you I knew someone who could help us? Someone I met during my RPG days.
Help us? How?
I'm not sure, but I was told to find the 6 Pint Inn. And I was walking down the road to the 6 Pint Inn.
Oh. Are you here to meet him too?
You must be a Space Marine. You're not as tough looking as I imagined. You... Quiet. Someone is approaching.
I'm glad you could both make it.
You're here because you have certain misgivings about the way you've been handled. I'm here to offer you both a solution. What is your role in this? We'll be undertaking a deadly operation to steal a most important artifact.
What's it?
With your help, we can open a portal. A portal to... Lazarus! Did you make it? What? You went silent for a while. I think I found the artifact. What are you waiting for, then? Take it! So, a very big thing is, I have already forgotten the name of that guy who keeps talking to me right now. He has a name. I forgot it. But all of these are games made by the same person, Snill. I remember here that the supposed in-game dev loopholes in meta being Snill, because, you know, it's also a Norwegian word for something completely unrelated to some degree. Oh, artifact. But all of these are different characters. He has made some of them, he has sold out other games he hasn't properly made. What I do wonder, because this one character is the one that's uniting everyone for whatever they're doing, for whatever murder is potentially being done. Is he the first character? No. At least the first kind of big character. The first character that was made and put into a game, the first game he made. That could be it, at least. That's what I'm wondering. Oh. Of course I'm being haunted by this being. Hey, is this what you're after? The artifact? Does it matter how I respond? No, smiley face, but let's make the best out of it anyways. You set me free after all, I ought to return the favor. Let's see. No. No. Perfect. I choose this one. Oh no. Alright, are you gonna charge at me and I shoot you back? Yep. Come on, charge. Goodbye, goodbye. I'm not ready to fight a Pokemon-looking creature. Well, I say Pokemon-looking. You're not Pokemon-looking, but you came from a Pokeball, apparently. Off-brand Pokeball. Better than the Triforce, I wouldn't be able to deal with a Ganon right now. Then again, Ganon's actually never fought someone using an actual gun, I think. So, maybe there's hope. I should Link with a gun. Terrifying. He's dying! He's spinning in circles. He's clearly dying. Not very effective. Let's see what else we have. No. 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 Oh, the frying pan. Why don't you take this one? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. Exciting! You've been transported to some sort of battlegrounds. Try not to die. Martina! Villain! You're killing my friends! Wait, hang on. I can kill them myself, can't I? That doesn't sound good. I should move them. The circle is encroaching. Shrinking safe area. You'd best start running. That blue stuff will melt your skin. I just see all my friends dying. And then some randos I don't even know. Oh wait, hang on. They killed some of my friends twice now. I think my friends are cheating. I'm fine with this now. If they're cheating, it's fine. Oh wait, body died to the blue. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. They're all dying to the blue. Do I even have to fight? I'm afraid of when I actually have to fight something. Because I haven't met anyone. I'm gonna be meeting someone eventually. Right? Right? Everyone has a bloody gun! I have a frying pan! This isn't fair, unless you can block the bullets. Honestly, this game seems very, imbalanced. Not many left, Lazarus. You might actually win. Yeah, I ain't gonna win. This is gonna be the last one. Who did I kill? Just some rando. Oh, the suspense! Winner! Winner!
Well, it's not time for dinner just yet. Now, what else we got?
No. I'm not ready for Jack and Dexter. No.
Looks tasty. What would happen if I...
Don't.
Chewy.
Oh no. No. Stand back, foul hands! No. No, we'll just shoot the hands united. As long as we shoot them both, this is fine. No, spiders, no! Spiderlings, whatever you want to call them. I'm just happy that his hands share his HP pool. That makes this way easier. I don't actually have to focus on hitting him, primarily. But I ain't gonna not shoot him. I'm gonna kill him! Did I win? Ooh, my box. I win. Oh, it's easy. Mission accomplished. You've got it. Let's get out of here. Finally. Hang on, I'm bringing someone to me. Come with me. Yeah, he doesn't want to get. Oh no. They're still alive. I found an escape pod. Do you know where you're going? I think so. Go south 500 meters, then head east. I think I see an emergency exit. Suit yourself. I am tired. Oh, so tired. Wait. He's talking to someone. Artifact. Someone important. Someone real. Stolen. That's not good. Not good at all. Shot through the heart, and you're too late. Well, there it is. There it is. The murder. You just saw it. Oh, the game's done. Lazarus killed Irving at a bar with an assault rifle. What a neat ending to the story. Are you satisfied? I want the money. Well, yeah, no, not really. I want more. There's more to this. I'm glad to hear that. You see, it's very important that you're still invested in this. You've got a key role to play. But before that, I'm sure you're wondering about our sixth guest. Hang on, where was the... who has the headlamp? We're missing one. What do you make of all this? Of course. Of course you got nothing to say. Hang on. I want to see down here. Darn it. I need to figure out where that lamp went. Where did the headlamp be left behind? Could it be upstairs? Maybe. Okay, so no headlamp here. Right? No comment from this character. Now, with this character being completely inaudible, and only feet, well, the bottom part of legs and hand showing, I'm still on the... Ah, there it was. This is most likely a walking sim character. Because they tend to be nothing more than arms and legs, and everything else is whatever the story tells you, and you moving about. Well, we're going down. I'm hoping I have enough coins for this last one. If not, I need to continue searching a bit, because I want to unlock it. Oh, okay, I'm very far away, actually. I've missed quite a lot of coins. I'm going to the top floor. I'm checking the top floor. If nothing there, I'm gonna have to give up that. I don't believe I will be able to find it. Because this is the final act, it seems like, since I'm playing the last character now. The 6th member. Going up. Oh man, but I want to go up. But how did I get up earlier? I went a long way, didn't I? That only goes down. Yep. Oh, wait. That turns something on above. What? It's not something in here, right? Jeremiah. Jeremiah is the name of that person. Jerry's story had just begun. Hi. I'll just walk this path, I guess. I don't know how to get rid of the pie. I'm stuck with the pie. Oh man, I can't get up. Man, that's boring. I wanted to walk there. There might be coins. So many things I don't know what matters right now. Well, I guess it's time to talk to everyone downstairs then. Boom. Ah, Jeremiah. And that's the bartender. So, is this the first game then? Because I'm still guessing that whatever's happening here is from the very first games from Snill. Kind of running the show. He taught me to fight. I suppose I owe him that. Wow. So, is this all over then? We can breathe easy? We figured out the murderer. It was the guy who shoots things for a living. Who would have thought? Weird, right? Good riddance. I'm not the only one happy to see him go. He wasn't the first I've killed, and I doubt he'll be the last. Okay, we still have this room to explore. See if I can find coins. Anywhere, somewhere, place. I need coins. Wait, hang on. Ooh. What happens if I just turn everything off? Hang on, can I pick up weapons in the armory? I have questions. I cannot. It seems. Fair enough. Fair enough. But is there something hidden there if I put something on top of that? These are just the earlier specials. Today's special, key lime pie, hot apple pie, and lemonade meringues. Okay. So everything is turned off except that one thing I let stay on. Well, I say let stay on. I turned off everything in. Except the one thing that's turned on from machine over here. Exploration, exploration. Fascinating bit. Okay, the last thing is just to see if the elevator will go up now or not. If not, then I will deem this as a that's wrong. Ain't happening. I will surrender then. Going up. Okay. It ain't happening. We're progressing the story. I could only stall for so long until I realize that I don't have the necessary means to finish whatever I wanted to do. Like, what am I actually doing? What do you make of all this? Of course, he created you without a mouth. But I imagine he didn't spare you from the ability to hear. I want you to enter my personal cabin. It's a quaint little thing, perched a few paces east of the inn. You and her player friend will add a final dimension to this story. Okay, so there's hope for me to finding a coin during this travel. Now he said to the east. Ha 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 ha! I knew it. There was a coin there. Hang on, it was a single coin, but still, I'm gonna be using it. I will use everything I have at my disposal. I believe with that I'm missing a single dollar. So, 4 coins. Shame. Oh. I lost my headlamp at some point. Did I lose the headlamp? Right? Did I put it down? So I probably put it down somewhere. Oh well. Still need more coins either way. Hello? Anyone out there? Oh wait, I can't speak. That's just an outhouse. Which means it's perfect. Uh-huh. Fine, I'll go back in and get a headlamp. Either it was that I had put it down, or it was the fact that me going outside made me just lose it because I didn't need it. But by there being a black room, well, a black room, a dark room, clearly I am in need of it. And where could I have put it though? Okay, so it isn't here. Didn't put it here. I did not put it here. Where is it? Where did I put it? Am I stupid? I mean, yes, I'm stupid, but that's not what matters. Oh, hang on. Can I go the other way? Oh, right, you. Ah, a first-person perspective. Greetings. Did you grow weary of being a vessel? You wanted to be the protagonist? A shame. But I want to be the Protangerine. Let me be the Protangerine of my story. Please. Oh, it's broken. Okay, so it's not here anymore. It's not in any other rooms, right? I am just being very thorough now because I want to see what's in that toilet, apparently. Why? It caught my interest. Okay, I have the pie. But where did that thing go? Did I give it to someone? No, 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 no. No, no. You don't have it. Also, where did our good friend Dusk go? He seems to have just disappeared. I'm turning everything on again. Oh, there's one pair. They're not here. Darn it! They're gone. Never to be seen again. The suspense. Very well, I truly have been defeated now. Or I am really blind. Either way, not a fan. But I wanted to know what was in the outhouse. Darn it. At least I look ready to fight. I was in a fighting position. Tell me your secrets. Tell them to me. I know you have them. That is the end. Ooh. That's the thing. Ah. Aha. Ah. No. I was hoping. So that's turn on something. Ah. Okay. With this I can bring the power further. Interesting, interesting. I don't need the top one, really. Right? No, okay, that didn't seem to be working. Oh, because it goes up there. What? Oh, it goes down. Oh, but that will go... Ah, I see. The bookshelves are deceptive. I'm bringing this with me. So this is his cabin, so this might be then experiencing the first game. Oh. Oh. This is a bit bigger than I thought it would be. What? Roost bear. Walk. Magnum opus. Oh, the greatest work. I have hands. Yep. That confirms it. It's a walking sim. I can't see my legs though.
This is Lionel Snell. If you're hearing this, it's because you turned on the developer commentary for my latest game, my magnum opus really, called Walk.
Okay, Magnus. It was Magnus? No, it's Lionel Snell. For some reason I just immediately know. Yeah, its name is Magnus now. Why did Brain do that? Who was this? He's shiny and void. I clicked it.
The scene you're looking at is a model of my childhood bedroom. This right here is where Super Weasel Kid was conceived.
Oh wait, was that the first game?
Take it in.
No, this can't be the first game. So this is how he made Super Weasel Kid then, supposedly.
And that's Mr. Shrewd. The two always made little squeaks and chirps at each other. I like to imagine they were talking. Shrewd would be this wise parental figure giving advice to Weasel Kid. That weasel was my favorite pet. I called him... yeah, you guessed it. Weasel Kid.
Well, it's a well-trained one. The cage is open, it just stays in the cage, or prefers the cage.
One of my favorite games at that age was Cooking Granny. I thought Chef Bryce was the coolest.
Yeah, big fan of Chef Bryce.
You know how that turned out.
You bought him out for some reason and put him in a fighting game. Weirdly enough. That didn't go well. Papa's Root Bear. Papa's Root Bear, interesting. So, this is currently being presented as his first game. But I still believe there was a game before Weasel Kid. But Weasel Kid was his first game that hit it big. Because Weasel Kid really did well. And then he made sequels that went horrid, but that's another story.
My original plan for Walk was to have it be an almost non-interactive experience. Just allow the player to explore and contemplate.
It's not a
I
game.
did some market research though, and well, that kind of game was falling out of vogue. Not much money in it. So I jammed in some real games.
You're after...
I thought that since this is about my life as a developer, why not show the player what it's like to make a game? I mean, this is like a way dumbed down version of the stuff I do.
I mean, yeah, it's already pre-made
For the
to do
average
it,
gamer,
but still.
it's a challenge.
So... he has now become... how do I say this? Money hungry, yeah. I do not like... the sensitivity was insane now. Oh, wait, I have to double click it. Oh, I have to fix it in here as well, because I have to... yeah, it doesn't have any parameters. So, the jump parameter is now connected to the entity of the Weasel Kid. Right, and now, due to how it works, it's gonna make Weasel
I
Kid
remember
jump.
when I first got the jumping code right and hooked it up to a keyboard button. Oh, that dopamine rush electrified my childhood brain.
It is a long game. Hey there, I'm the GameWorks assistant, but you can call me Irving. Looks like you need a little help adding enemies to your game. I've got you covered, pal.
Irving came as part of the GameWorks package. I was a
Okay.
little hesitant about using an AI at first, but he became really helpful.
Okay, so I can make that entity jump
It didn't take long to realize how much I depended on Irving.
if
He
I'm
assured me
pressing...
that it was easy
nah,
for him to come
I'll
up
make
with
this more
enemies and
intuitive for a
non-player
player.
characters for me, so I let him do his job.
And then move... oh wait. Ah, right. I can change the movement direction. There we go. And I'll make that one also intuitive. There we go. It makes way more sense to do it like this, right? Because then we have this and this. Yes. Oh god, I have to click. Yeah, okay, that's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work at all. How am I gonna... okay, I see what... yeah, it's because of how the input works, so I have to do it like this after all. Darn it! Because this is already pre-programmed how that thing works. I guess I'm teaching you how to code. So this input is made for a... it wants the input. It reads for how long the input is taken. Meanwhile, this one is simply if it's pressed down, thereby it's going to do a single one. So it's just going to do a single jump. Meanwhile, the movement is now actually going to be full-on movement. I guess that works. I broke the game! Let's go!
Irving told me we couldn't get the original Super Weasel Kid for Walk. Something about losing the files.
Oh no.
Kind of a shame, I guess.
Because what, am I just doing full-on movement now? Why would I give movement to anyone but Weasel Kid? So, Weasel Kid, can I do not like... hang on, can I... there we go. I had to lower the... it's way too wishy-washy with the sensitivity here. Don't want to connect to those guys. There we go. And it's going the right way. There we go. And the last one. How do I get to Weasel Kid? This is, I guess, one version of looking at visual programming. It works. There we go. We have a game. I win. Come back to me, Cloud. It is a bit concerning because we have the Clouds that are still happy-go-lucky, but we also have the Weasel Kid who clearly is not in a good place. I'm also waiting for needing to program these arrows to, in fact, affect my opponents instead. Yeah, like this. Because here I can't touch right now. Unless we were to do a little bit of a switcheroo. Oh no! What a shame. Yeah. Come on. Come on. There you go. Good on ya. ChatGPT. Well, I've mostly just seen what people have done with it, but I haven't actually used it myself yet, a single time. I opened it up once, but then it was like, you need to make an account. I just... I'm too lazy.
Excessive Super Weasel Kid paralyzed me.
But it is an
I tried
interesting
starting
thing, and some
different
people
games,
have
but I kept
also
comparing them to
used
Big
it,
Hit.
or tried to use
What would
it.
people think
Hang on.
if I put out something
Turn
that was
off the
worthless?
subtitles. Try to use it to
And I
make
just got lucky
games
the first time,
with
and I'm a
ChatGPT
one-trick
in
pony.
mind to make
Eventually,
them
I settled on
have
making a sequel.
dialogue and react to you
Super Weasel
properly,
Kid,
because there's a
Radical
limit to
Road.
what games usually can do unless you have its supposed thing to develop with you. Oh, poor Granny. She got punched in the face.
I'd been playing a lot of fighting games at that age. Always loved those. I wanted to make one, but I wasn't quite as talented as I would become. So that's why I just had to
Oh,
add combat
nope.
to Radical
I
Road.
have most definitely not. All code I've made have been Googled. I mean, everything I did... ChatGPT, if anything, I would use it in the same way I use Google. I phrase a question or an idea I have, I get a result from that, and whatever I find, I take, and then I rework to make it work for what I actually wanted to do, but then I have a basis to work from and understanding to build upon. So, I do know some from my, well, now previous class that did use ChatGPT in that way. Oh wait, it's pre-programmed now. And I ain't against it. Because they used it in the sense of, hey, here I have a script that completely works. Now let me tweak it a bit to make it something I understand and can use. Oh man, fighting time. Ah, okay, this I like. So now I have to program in taking a hit and dealing a hit. So, he will take a hit upon me doing a hit. Because that's after all how that has to be programmed. One, you have to say, hey, I'm punching, and two, you have to say you're supposed to take a hit. Because you often it potentially is something along the lines of, okay, you punch, send signal to him, he has a thing that says take hit, he now takes hit, rather than it all being in one. But it works.
I thought it was just exhilarating to
Woo.
beat the shit out of that
Woo.
Grunda. But
Woo.
critics really came down on me for that part.
What this is really skipping is all of the animations this is involving, though.
What people wanted.
Because that's a lot of stuff, too.
Radical Road was met with mixed reviews, and it made me panic.
Oh
I
yeah,
resolved
Radical
to put
Road
away
was
Super
terrible.
Weasel Kid forever and try something new. To top it off, my shrew died.
Ah, okay. So now his Shrewd has died. He only has Weasel. But did Weasel actually die?
Weasel Kid actually escaped, if you
Oh.
can believe it.
Never
I
mind.
took him outside one time, and he slipped out of my hands and ran into my neighbor's rose garden. I searched for hours, but the garden was pretty big, and the thorns were painful. Mr. Shrewd was long dead at this point. Shrews just don't live that long.
Nope. They didn't. So clearly his room has been upgraded by now. I wish I had a computer that looks anything like that. I mean, if it would be this looking something like this, but also be up to date for this year, that would have been fantastic. Better running than what I'm using now. That at least explains why Shrewd in the game is also replaced, because his Shrewd died, so...
I'd get emails
Kinda
once
hard.
in a while, people asking to make deals, wanting to capitalize on my IP. It had been a couple of years now since Radical Road, and one day I just said, fuck it, fine. I sold the franchise to the highest bidder.
Transfer of intellectual property agreement. The transfer of intellectual property, Game Food Inc. has now bought it, and Lionel Snill, the designer, yes, definition, okay. I ain't reading this entire thing. I could probably, if I really wanted to, go through the entire thing, but that's going to be boring, so we're not. But what we're gonna look at is the money! That's good. That's pretty good. Further assurances. Power of attorney. Amendment and waiver. Okay. Lunatus from the game Funa and Lionel Snill, who signed here.
When I saw
Hey,
what
I want to sign my own signature. Fine.
I felt a little part of myself die. But I was 18 years old and loaded.
Oh yeah,
It
was definitely
actually
loaded.
One of the best years of my life. The next scene is based on my foray into larger scale game development.
Uh-huh.
Plan, make a fighting game.
Well, you did love
Everyone
fighting games.
remembers, but I started the Combat Arena franchise. Those guys working on it now merely inherited it.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I can
just
jump.
Jump a little bit higher. You're almost there.
Okay, if you're gonna be condescending like that, I'm going down again. You know this, Lionel Snill, right? Snill? Fine. A path. There's nothing.
Anyways, as I was saying, I don't get nearly enough credit for starting one of the most popular fighting game franchises in history.
I mean, it's one thing of starting it, but it's also where was it at that point? Was the beginning when it was good, or did it get better later on? And at some point, it tends to be a rehash of whatever existed.
It's a beauty, isn't it? I put my weasel bucks to use and bought this place with
This
cash.
is not enough as
Then
I
I
would
hired
have
a
liked to
team.
work in. I'm just saying. Why is this in the back? No, seriously. If you didn't even give him cheers, but everyone is now facing just in a blank straight line. It's not going to be a good environment to just sit like that forever. And if you're going to project anything, everyone has to turn around. If anything, at
I
least have it
hired
facing
my
forward then.
childhood friend Carla to work at my new studio.
Ooh.
She was halfway through a degree in computer science, but I offered her a huge salary.
Without knowing if you two would work well together. Could be problematic, I'm just saying, my friend. I also do believe there was something about Carla being problematic or anything like that within the company. Or are you guys not having a disagreement? Having a? Yeah. What's this? Right, I believe this was Carla's creation. Yes, the most important thing when programming, a rubber duck! I have one right next to me right now, so that's proof enough for me. I just need a rubber duck. I mean, I take it in the most literal sense rather than the sense of it's really good to rubber duck your code sometimes. Most issues, but programming it really helps.
I bought the rights for my favorite game character. That is, my favorite character I hadn't made myself.
Uh-huh.
Integrating Bryce into Combat Arena was harder than I thought. I had a lot of help from Irving.
But I use it with the sense of I literally stare into the duck and just kind of ask or explain my code. And sometimes verbalizing what you're trying to do, what the problem is, will just somehow make you understand it. It's the same thing of just talking to someone, but you don't really want them to actually come with a response or have the answers. You just need to talk about it and it will lead to a result. It's not always the case.
Carla's first order
Sometimes you need to actually go and Google it instead, but it helps surprisingly often.
I tried
it's
to tell
broken.
her that Steambot Willie was genderless, but she insisted. So I created Chandrell while she worked on Sato.
Sato, let's go Sato. Okay, so this is... Ooh.
That eye. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Ever
Interesting.
since Carla created Sato, I'd get these weird,
Interesting.
bugs
What
in my
is Sato?
games.
What did
and I'm
Carla
still getting
do?
them in walk.
Also that way. There we go. And the other one. So I need to place the eye before I can do the actual coding. Oh. That's more interesting. Seems quite interesting in how it is right now. I like this. And it's even more fun due to me dealing with this kind of stuff myself. Sado?
exactly sure what Carla did while she was creating this, you know.
You
She told me
broke
some
the subtitles! Oh, it's
mumbo-jumbo
back.
about pushing GameWorks to its limits. That character was eerie. to
I
say the
do
least.
like Sado. That's a good question. When was this made? I don't actually remember right now. Need to look that up afterwards. Where? Do I leave now? Yeah, we just leave now. Oh, to Lionel's office. Wait, hang on. I have to make something certain here. Yep, those are just windows. To enter the work office, they have to go through his office. Meaning if they want to leave, they have to go through his office.
At that door. That's exactly what it looked like in real life. Solid teak, hand carved,
Oh lord.
gold nameplate.
There's no way out.
I was hiring
There's no
people
way
who were
out.
twice my age. I had to make sure
Stock
they
market?
understood who was in charge.
Lionel, I think you have problems. You brought the weasel cage. You don't have the weasel anymore. There are a lot of Vampire Survivor clones, aren't there? Let's see.
Making Combat Arena gave me my first glimpse into the, well,
Is it Chandrel this time then?
the stupidity and immaturity of gamers. Every damn day we got complaints about how this or that character was overpowered, underpowered, too boring. Ugh, I never wanted to work on a fighting game again.
What I don't want to fight. I don't. I may be a medical maniacal, but I'm not fighting a guy with no movesets. Fair enough. Ah, yes, dungeon crawlers. Trying to remember what kind of dungeon crawler I played last. Yeah, not having the right, setup easily just limits what you can actually do. I mean, I have a computer, but even then I'm heavily limited on what I actually can play and enjoy. I say that, I can technically open up and play most games, it's just it becomes a PowerPoint presentation, and that's no fun, is it? Now, let's just make this fair, balanced, there we go. There we go. Okay, so the AI will run in, and it does 5 damage because, balanced game. Woohoo, I win! Oh, come on, Uxel.
Steamboat Willie is so overpowered. Oh my.
Willie doesn't get nerve. I'm quitting the beta. Never mind this game. Makes Steamboat Willie less powerful. Okay. So, there we go. It's still gonna win. It's all about getting a balance. You're gonna play it again, aren't you? Okay, it needs to be less powerful again. Let's make them equals. Now the two of them are equal. Wait, what? I did 4 damage there, I guess because he tried to attack before. I'm gonna have this run through one more time. But I assume I'm supposed to make it so that Steamboat Willie loses. There we go, they were equal. What is it, Cleaver? My favorite character in Steamboat Willie, and you made him trash! I want to play Willie again! Make Steamboat Willie better. Hang on, can I do something with the AI? Aha, I can give him more stuff. Interesting, interesting. Okay, so can I connect you to there? Yes. Block or explicit? What are you? Ooh, Hades and mobile. That would have been something. I don't know what this one is, really. Is it just that him... Yeah, it's just that he swears. I'll take it. Hang on, I need to up the damage again. There we go. Now Steamboat Willie is the best one. Best character. No? Come on! Oh. Fine. We'll remove the swearing. Come on. Yep. Oh, right, I have to... For some reason, I forgot it was a click and drag. What? What do you mean that doesn't work? Ah, better. And now Steamboat Willie will block.
I have to admit, though, coding the punches and kicks was everything I had hoped it would be. I'd sit in my office for hours just watching these characters go to town on each other.
You're saying that, but you're skipping the entire creation of the AI itself, or did you just get that from GameWorks? I keep playing against Steamboat Willie and he always wins, like every time. I gave him block ability, that's OP! Blocking is too good, replace it. Oh, and now we have this bit that I did. I see, I did it too early. But, yeah, yeah, there we go. Now people like this mode again. I win. I win. See, Wally, it's so boring. Give an ultimate move. Don't mind if I do to take down. Okay. This escalated. Alright. Have fun, Silent. See ya. The ultimate. What's the best approach for this? I need to block this one first, so then I need to send it up there. And just send it straight down now? Yes, and this one goes easily in place. This could have been more advanced. Something along the lines of this one couldn't connect to that one because there was no actual path to it, and I have to do some wing jangling, but it seems like it kept it simple. Am I allowed to remove this one? Yes, I am. Obviously, we start with the ultimate. Oh, never mind. What is the ultimate? I forgot about that. Oh, right, it's that thing. What? Banned. Sorry, pal. What?
Ugh.
But my game!
God, it was such a relief to ship that game. I hated it by the end. But
That is a threat when working on a game.
I still had my contract with.
Wait, hang on. Did he just say that everything his fingers touch has turned to gold? Lionel, you are having some
So
issues.
I sold the franchise for another boatload of cash.
Right, I'm leaving
Now
this.
that my studio was bigger, richer, unstoppable, it
Secrets
was
of
time to
Legendaria.
take on something huge. An epic fantasy adventure that only a studio like mine could accomplish. This is when I made Secrets of Legendaria.
Alright.
I had been pushing the team really hard to finish the game, but see? I rewarded them sometimes.
That doesn't sound good at all. I know I really push them all, but I reward them, see? Proof. Sometimes. If you feel like you have to mention this and that, no, I reward them, then you might not be doing it right.
There was a heated debate about which character should be the star of Secrets of Legendaria. In the end, Carla won over the studio, so we went with Chandrell. Yeah, who cares what I think, right?
And who did you want to be the star of Secrets of Legendaria? Clearly, you're a boss that doesn't like opposition. Coming up, Secrets of Legendaria. Stream will begin soon.
I put everything into that game. I hired the best programmers, the best designers. I burned through my fortune fast. But this game was going to be epic, goddammit. I paid the biggest gaming streamer to play it live, with hundreds of thousands watching.
Where's that damn mechanic? Try this. Okay, so that's what I also then find interesting here is that we are reapproaching things we have already experienced slightly. Because we had, whilst playing Weasel Kid, people coming with praise to some degree of that game, which was Steam reviews. That was just a bunch of Steam reviews. We had Ballerina, if that was what that game was called, I've already forgotten, which primarily continuously had forum updates on just this character's bad, and reworks there, and then we get supposedly him having the pain of getting through that, but trying to make it sound like the glory days. And then we have this, where he paid the streamer to play it, and when we played it, we had it as if we were playing on a stream.
Yeah, you like that switch mechanic? Pretty cool, huh? Still got it.
It's a simple switch prompt, like, and that's 101, mate. Ah, carrots, carrots. You didn't let me program the carrots. Hi, mechanic. Woof. Not again. I said I was done with this stuff after the last two. Hey, Irving, I don't want to be in this stupid puzzle game. How are you holding up, Faceless Joe? Dull, I figured. I'm guessing I have to fight that slime. You'll have to solve some brilliant puzzle to open the gate. Uh-huh. Oh no. Brilliant puzzle. Step 1. Flip the switch. Step 2. Connect the ice. Step 3. Will this break it? The answer is no. In other words, we can now open the gate. Hurrah! It makes sense that they chose me for this game. Chandrell's gone. Now it's Lazarus. Valimer too. All they got left is the town mechanic. The hero. Woof! Here we go. Oh, I have to program this as well, don't I? Let's go. A tough slime, what's that? Haven't been decompressed in a while. Cool. I'm gonna need some spells, huh? Let's see, I can hit one or hit all. I mean, I'm gonna make a good hit all to begin with then. Right? So first off, I need the green to switch. No, wait, that's the orange switch. How do I do... Ah, and I can do then the green switch from here. There we go. And from this, I then have a path to the middle. Hit 1 for 50. Fire missile. Boom. Yep, it wasn't dumb to give me the most damaging spell with 150 health slime. Woof! That's one tough slime. I'm gonna need some more mana. Mana. Okay. What do we have here then? So I want mana. Or I could do health. I also have to make sure that it's for the friendly character, not the enemy character. Well, we'll start off by hitting the green switch, I guess. Priority number 1. block things off. Why do I do that switch though? Alright, because that's the path up there. There we go. And then I have to turn this one down here. And we can connect. There we go. Can I? If only. If only. Yeah, no, I can't. Would be nice though, if I could. Go in place. Wait, is that... It is free though. So what if I were to do this? Would it cost mana? Yes. But I win, so I don't care. Ah, healing wave! Rebecca. Ah, mechanic. That makes sense. Rebecca is now level 2.
The stream had been going alright with the odd hitch or two, but things took a terrible turn for the worst right near the end. It was chaos.
Everything is wrong! Oh no! Whatever that is, I might need it. Okay, so... crit boost, alright. Yeah, I mean, we want a crit boost to be a boost. Now, this is gonna demand me to do some minor tweaking. First of all, I need to connect this one here just to make a path. Enough for me to be able to switch the orange. Now we have a path over there, meaning we can break you and switch to green. Now we can go back here, connect that, and give the crit boost the ability to switch. Oh. Actually, that's not important, is it? I don't need to use it. But the purple needs to be switched. That, I can switch to blue. And we can break you without concern, because now I can activate the ability. Fun! Supercharge! Let's go. Ow. Now, let's do the obvious one of, hey, I'm planning on hitting everyone. Oh, right, I have to do that first. I forgot about this section. Would we happen to be allowed to turn it up, would I? No. There you go. Firestorm. Nice. Now it is boosted and all. But that begs the question of, would Healing Wave be boosted? Okay, it isn't. But it's still not a problem, because it deals more damage than this guy can deal with, so haha, I win! That was easy. Is that it then? Back to the overworld. Wait, what? I guess not.
Secrets of Legendaria bombed. Carla had left bugs in there intentionally to sabotage me. It must have been that, because everything went wrong. And everyone saw it live. The game had no hope of recouping costs, so I took funds from the severance packages and ran. I couldn't even afford my apartment.
He screwed over the
I moved
workers.
south to find some cheaper real estate.
He literally screwed over the workers, took their severance packages, and bailed. And all because he also couldn't realize that the game was bugged and had mistakes and blamed it on a previous worker.
Living in the desert was a miserable experience.
I can imagine that though, I wouldn't like
I
that.
blasted the AC all day, but I was somehow always sweating.
Same
I started
though.
working on Wasteworld here. It was supposed to be my great comeback.
I can see how Wasteworld was the game made during him literally melting. Yeah.
I would wake up, sit in front of my computer, and just stare at the screen with my hands beside the keyboard. After about an hour of that, I'd blow off the rest of the day playing some online game. Sure, I'd sometimes accomplish something, but Then I'd reward myself with some social media time and would wind up reading articles about myself.
Oh, and that's how I move around now.
They weren't
Cool.
kind to me. I never finished Wasteworld. I wanted this area of walk to reflect that experience, so I left it half finished. That also saved me some development.
Sarsaparilla.
I'm pretty sure half of those levels were unbeatable, but I just didn't care anymore.
Yeah, no, most definitely there was some minor balancing issues there. Just minor. Hang on. What's this? C shift, M mine, K kill, F friend. Oh, C shift plus those. Ew. There's a lot of keybinds. Not a fan. I don't have that. Well, I do have that many, but I don't like using that many. My brain don't process.
Heat of that godforsaken place. Most days it kept me inside.
Player turn. I have limited movement. Huh? Huh? I need to get to the computer. I need to get to the computer. I need to program weapons. I need weapons! Huh? Stay back. Stay back.
Somehow, the more I needed to finish that game, the more I avoided doing it. My parents would call every once in a while to ask how it was going, but I'd just lie.
I need to do this. I can get the orange one, right? No, I can't. Ah, the green one. There we go. Now with the green one unlocked. You can go down there. There we go. And now we can do it properly. Very specific about making it the... Oh, wait, hang on. Does this even work now? Ah, why am I doing that? I can just go straight. I'm being stupid. This is for self-defense. This is fine. It's self-defense. I need this. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe at all. Why 1006? That's oddly specific. Anyhow. Shame. You're next. Shame. Who's next?
The final straw was those idiotic
modders.
modders. They took my half-finished game and made a goddamn mockery of it.
What? No.
Aliens in a post-apocalyptic Wild West. It made no sense.
Why not?
I
It's
couldn't
post-apocalyptic.
finish
You
anything
don't know
myself.
what
I
kind of
sure as
world it
hell
has
wasn't going
ruined.
to let them do it for me.
And he broke it himself. That fool. Are you gonna shoot me? Rude! Perish! Come at me! And I'll shoot you where you stand! Oh, never mind. Ah, I can't move and shoot. I'm gonna get shot. Ow! You know, modders are fantastic, though.
Legal documents drawn up to take on those modders really fired me up. It was just what I needed to bring.
Well,
these
it's a
low
matter
lives
of
to
mod.
task.
You can have those who potentially mod it in a way that leads to
Every
problems. It goes on like that for a while. You must be tired of hearing that voice. were mere pawns to him. But you can change that. Listen to me. This is important. When you see a door of light, walk back to whence you came and look to your right. Okay. Now, let's see how far I can skip you forward.
And that's how I
Oh.
programmed the blood particles. I think it really contributed to the visceral pleasure of Vicious Galaxy 2.
Wait,
making it the
Vicious
obvious
Galaxy
standout
2
in the
was-
series. My only gripe with the game was the designs of the characters.
It's an FPS.
Too
Oh, no.
old. Everyone wanted the same boring space marines from Vicious Galaxy 2.
That's not good. I'm not good at these. Bum 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 bum.
Eventually, I got my wish. There was
Merv.
some sort of breach within GameWorks. A lot of data was lost. I had to create a new squad of player characters from scratch after that.
Makes sense.
Everything got weird. It told me that I might be in danger. Danger from what?
It is interesting though. We have one side. We have the concept of Lionel Snill, who I would say was a hopeful game developer who has turned very skewed and crooked at this point. But we also have very clear fact that these creations, NPCs and player characters, they're sentient. Irving has always been sentient.
And now we find ourselves at the climax of Walk. The player has to use everything they've learned to solve the ultimate puzzle and arm the bomb. Go on, you can do it.
Don't be condescending to me. Done that. I guess I'll just connect this here. Send it up, just like that, because then it's still connected. Give me the ability to send this up there. That's one. It's the next one. Bit more convoluted, but doable. Maybe doable. Oh, is this gonna be a double wombo? Yes, it is. Alright, last one. What are you?
This probably looks
Ooh,
daunting. Switches, those creepy eyelids,
I like
and
it.
a splitter all in one puzzle. But it's the last one, I promise.
okay, that's one. Let's go for two. Let's go for number 3. Nah, I missed the green one. Am I doing this right? Wait, I'm doing this reverse of what I want to, aren't I? Am I? Ah, I want that done. Okay, there, and then I can... No, wait, I want the blue one. Darn it! I went a bit faster. No, not you. Because I want all those, but I also want blue there? Alright, I have to go up this one, because I don't have the blue. And we're back to square one. With this one, I can connect this straight to you. What helps? Ah, wait, no. Please don't reset it, thank you. Okay, because I need to do that to turn that one off, so I need to have the blue, but the blue can't be. Ah, but I can send you in now. I see, that's the solution. And I send you there, and that turns on all of them. There we have the solution. I see, I just didn't realize that it could go down there. The bomb. It's slightly daunting, but not really that bad. The bomb has been armed. Can I leave? Can I leave? Item that.
You know, I had to lower the difficulty of that puzzle like 10 times before the average player could solve it. But great job, you figured it out.
You don't have to be condescending. A very important thing when you make puzzles is that a puzzle easily is way more difficult than you can comprehend. Especially if you have assumptions on what it's supposed to do.
And that brings us to the present. Well, I should say,
That's why we do playtesting. You have to make sure that what you assume isn't something you assume just because you are the dev, you know how it works and all that. You know how the controls are, you have done it time after time after time. Potentially take into consideration someone who just started out to be doing it. Wait, that's the thing that was in his room. You got an award. No, my award!
The end. Thanks for playing, I guess. At this point, you just have to walk toward the white door frame and the credits roll.
What?
And, hey, I'm glad you turned on the developer commentary. I hope my story was as much an inspiration to you as it is to me. This is Lionel Snill.
Look to the right.
Signing off.
You sound like a prick, Lionel.
Alright, good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, what? Ooh. Now, this would indicate that it technically was made in a game, but at the same time, due to game characters being sentient, they have been capable of adding things or changing how the game programming already is made. They are still slaves if someone takes direct actions towards them, but if no one pays attention, they can do what they want. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I knew there was something else there. Because we had seen all these other games, but he had the people who collected everyone. Do more. There had to be someone before Weasel Kid. Okay, that's just electricity. What is the game though? Root Bear Tender. Ah, okay, so these are the first character he made. Boop. Ah, simple move up and down and click. And we have a janitor with mushroom head. Okay, so all of these are just basic characters he made early. To be customers for his Root Bear Tender. A very simple, can be fun game. Yeah, I enjoy it. I can kind of see this also having been... Oh, and then he grew older. Oh. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Irving? Why you here, Irving? Irving? It's closing time. Reginald? Say, that can't be. It's not even dark yet. It's closing time forever. Heh. Lionel is releasing Super Weasel Kid. He can't have some Root Bear game marriage marring his reputation. You must be mistaken. Lionel loves Root Bear, and he loves me. Lionel wants this. I won't leave. Very well. Did you break his legs? Who broke his legs? Lionel wants this. So whatever Irving is kind of what set everything into motion. But it doesn't change the fact that Lionel was heavily affected by this. I am fascinated about what this has developed into. No wonder Reginald is a bit crazy. Say the least. and now we're here together. Including janitor up there. You've seen it all now, haven't you? And you understand why we are gathered there. You have an important role to play in this, so I hope you're ready. I can't read runes. My loyal patrons, tonight we are all killers. This is now my only way out. I don't speak. I'd like this to be my final KO. As per our agreement. This'll take me to Rocky, right?
For Mr. Shrewd.
I still have 3 queens. Go on. It's your turn. Tap 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 tap. Tap 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 tap. Tap tap tap. Tap tap tap. Got your nose. Tap 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 tap. Leave. Leave. Let me. Fine, I'll join you. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm joining. Reginald? The hex has been opened. I must thank you for your help. The ritual was incomplete without a player. And I do hope you enjoyed your time here at the 6 Pint. Your patronage is valued highly. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time for me to meet my maker. Lionel, you should run. Note to self, treat every character I make well. If not, they can and will retaliate. Noted. Creator Daniel Mullins. I had to look up the other things that Daniel Mullins have made at this point because this is fun. An interesting ending. So this entire thing, after all, has been from the get-go after the Game Makers, Game Workshop, thingamajim, whatever that thing was, kind of took control of everything he had, gave him advice, and helped him heavily with the code, it seemed. The bugs seems to purely just be the fact that they didn't really properly make the games. They rushed in production potentially. But it was, as he said, for Secrets of Legendarium. He pushed his team to the end, and then, excuse that, of course I do reward him as well, so he obviously then made him crunch. That doesn't always lead to the best products, and then you also have the fact that if that happened, they probably didn't test it enough for them to figure out a bunch of mistakes that the streamer they even paid money for to play the game quickly discovered, which made the game flop quite hard, since, you know, this game was just released and it's covered in bugs. Of course, AAA games managed to get away with that a bit, because there's often that happening as well. That, and you buy AAA, it's buggy on day one, but no, we post releases and patches and all that. In one sense, you can view that as a day one mass playtest that I managed to get, but at the same time, you paid for a game and what you get is that's problematic, isn't it? Oh, Unity assets. Clever use of Unity assets. Sonic Bloom. Paradox Notion. I haven't really used a lot of Unity assets. I need to try TextMesh Pro. Of course, I have used TextMesh Pro a lot. There's no doubt there. It's very nice to have. Just fun reading through all of this. Seeing how much is actually in work. Because this is a small game per se, but there's still obviously a lot of people involved in it. Oh, it was back in 5.6. What is Unity at now? I don't remember. Lionel? You okay, bud? Oh! Oh no. So, two things then. The game has now closed itself. It decided that it didn't need to exist anymore. And two, this indicates that yes, they opened a gate to be able to take vengeance. Someone else used them opening the gate to escape. Where that leads, I don't know. But interesting. Very interesting. With that, I need to take a look at it, because I'm still on the point that I'm going through my Steam library. If I own any other Daniel Mullins games, then it seems like it's a game that I think I can run. It's very likely I'm gonna be streaming that in, well, maybe not next game, but it's gonna be soon then, within the list of games I'm gonna go through. Anyway, that was the end of the Hex. I liked it a lot. It's a very good game for just bringing up discussions, I think. Or at least me rambling on my own opinions. And then other people can easily just look at them and view them however you'd like. I ain't gonna stop you from viewing a game in the way you like to view it, or my opinion, because my opinion is a weird one sometimes. It's mine, after all, it's not yours. Why would it be yours? Yes. We're gonna be ending it here today. Next stream, because I will be trying to do the get back to the normal 3 streams a week schedule I usually have had for at least the next fortnight of a period. So that would be 14 days for those who not used to that word. I don't know, I just know for a fact I'm not going to be streaming tomorrow, because tomorrow I have a few meetings and interviews and such, because I'm trying to get a job. So instead, it's going to be some days after that. What I'm going to be playing, even more of a surprise. I have some lists of games I am planning now, so it's going to be one of those. Just kind of... One of them I knew I planned to try earlier, but I didn't really want to work. If I get that one to work, it's going to be that one. If not, it's going to be something else. I am speaking in vague terms. Anyway, hope you had a good time. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
The stream is done now for the day. The North House doors are closed, but look forward to another day when it all once more